I have been crucified with Messiah. It is no longer I who live, but Messiah lives in me. And the life which I now live in the flesh, I live by faith in the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me. All right, midweek check-in. You know that feeling. It's Wednesday. The motivation from Monday is long gone. The weekend still feels far away. You're tired, you're busy, and if you're honest, your spiritual life can feel the same way. Kind of stuck in the middle, just trying to get through. And this verse hits right in that space. Paul says, I have been crucified with Messiah. Notice the past tense. This is something that already happened. When you came to him, your old life, your old self, your old way of defining who you are, it was nailed to that cross with him. But then he says something that sounds almost strange. It is no longer I who live, but Messiah lives in me. That's not poetry. That's identity. Here's the problem most of us run into. We believe in God, but we still carry the pressure of trying to live the believer's life in our own strength. We wake up thinking, I need to be better today. I need to try harder. I need more discipline. And by Wednesday, we're exhausted because we've been pedaling uphill in the wrong gear. Imagine you're riding a long uphill stretch. You're grinding in a heavy gear, legs burning, barely moving. And someone rides up next to you and says, hey, you know you can shift, right? But you're so used to the struggle that you don't even think about it. A lot of believers are stuck like that. They're trying to live for God without realizing God is living in them. Paul isn't saying, try harder. He's saying, stop trying to do this alone. The power of this verse is in the shift from self to Messiah. It's not about your willpower. It's about surrender. It's about dependence. It's about learning, moment by moment, to trust that He is working through you. And then Paul gets deeply personal. Who loved me and gave himself for me. This is not abstract theology. This is personal. The cross was not just for humanity in general. It was for you. He knew your failures, your doubts, your midweek burnout, your weakness. And He still chose you. There's a story about a man who tried to push his broken car for miles because it ran out of gas. He strained, sweated, and barely moved it. Finally, someone stopped and asked, why don't you just get in and let me tow you? The man said, I didn't want to bother anyone. Sometimes that's how we treat God. We're exhausted, but we won't lean on Him. We think dependence is weakness, when in reality, it's the whole point. So, what does this mean for us as believers? First, your life is no longer about self-improvement. It's about transformation. You're not just a better version of the old you. You're a new creation, learning to live from a new source. Second, your strength comes from union with Messiah. When you feel weak, tired, or overwhelmed, that's not a sign that you're failing. It's an invitation to rely on Him more. Third, faith is not just belief in your head. It's daily trust. Trusting Him in your decisions, your conversations, your reactions, your struggles, especially in the ordinary middle of the week. So here's the midweek application. Instead of asking, how can I try harder today? Ask, Messiah, how do you want to live through me today? then slow down enough to listen. Because the life of a believer is not about you carrying the weight. It's about learning to let Him carry you. And when you do, something shifts. The uphill still exists. The road is still long. But you're no longer riding alone. And suddenly, even the middle of the week becomes a place where His strength shows up the most. Well, we're halfway there, folks. Halfway through this here work week. Hope to see you here tomorrow. And until then, I'll be willing. Shalom, shalom.